Hello everyone, welcome back. So in last class we have seen that what are the bash shell parameters and what additional we can do with our bash shell, right? So shell parameters and the other whatever the additional property if you want to set, so where in which file you want to you can set and all these stuff we can already seen, right? So in just order to continuation to that, we have another utility called grep, right? So grep is a very powerful utility in the Linux, which will help you to filter out the data, right? Because sometimes we have very big file in which we have multiple lines. It is fully loaded with much contents, but we just want to filter out. We just want to see, okay, what is happening, what are the other properties or maybe the options which we are looking for, whether it is there or not, right? So we will see with few like all, not all maybe, but the very useful or maybe the on the daily basis what additionally we can use. So those additional flags we will see, right? So let me go to our box. So here what I have done is I have created this file called grepexample.com, right? So it has few random strings, random words, few are in caps, few are in small, few are in mixed camel formatting, few are in numerical, right? So just wanted to see all others combination with the grep. All right. So what is that regular expression, right? So regular expression is nothing like how we can manipulate the behavior, right? Let's say simply if I just say and how you can call it, you can just cat that file, right? Cat we have already seen. Cat is just to displaying the content on the terminal itself, right? But it is showing me so much loaded content, right? All everything. But I don't want. I want only, let's say I just want to figure out the server A, right? So how you can do it? You can just put this symbol. This symbol is called a pipe symbol in Linux, which will you will find just above the enter key on your keyboard, and then you can type this grep utility, and after that grep you can paste that word, paste that string which you want to find out. So in this case, we are looking for the server A. So here you can see wherever it find this server A, right? So it has printed. Let me see for the users. Yes, you can see that now wherever the user this particular string is there, it has printed each and every line and highlighted that particular string in the red color, right? That is the one way you can call, right? We can call it in reverse order as well. Reverse order in the sense, first you can call the grep utility and then you can pass the string which you want to look, right? And then from which file you want to look, that you can do. So here what we are doing is we are not piping. So piping is something you are taking the input from this file and literally just understand this pipe as a layman term. You are just feeding everything inside that pipe, and then this input, right? This output of this file is becoming an input for the grep user, and the nature of the grep is just to filter out whatever that the condition or the string we are giving, right? So that's how this pipe and the grep works. But here I'm not piping, I'm directly getting the input from here and just filtering out that, right? So it's either way, it's up to you. That depends, right? Sometimes we have multiple files and we want to just grep, right? So either you can cat one by one and then you can looking for, right? Or what you can do is you can just say, let's say I want to use grep user, you can put the asterisk, right? So here whatever the file, right, it will just filter out every file, and wherever it find this user, you can see that it is giving me each and every file with the name of that file, right? I think by mistake we have created this file, but let me quickly remove. Okay, let's run one more time. So yeah, now you can see that this user is in something called file4.txt and the grep example.txt, right? So that is how that you can play with this asterisk, which what we call as blobbing, right? Globbing in the bash shell. So That is the grep utility. If you are starting with a grep, then this is the use case. And if you just wanted to see in one file also you can see, but that's how that I use. If I need to filter out multiple files, then I'm using this way. If I'm looking only for one file, then you can go this way as well, or maybe this way as well, right? So this is the grep. Now let's see what additional flags we have for the grep. So here you can see that it is called the dot matches any single character. Without dot, right? That is the by default behavior. Let me go back to that cat command. So here you can see, right? If I do this way as well, so it is doing the same thing. Now you can see what it is doing. It is just giving me this user 2, user 3 and all this. So what exactly it is doing? It is almost doing the same thing, right? But here you can see it is not giving me this line. Why? Because it will print all the strings where the user is, right? So it is not the because it is user underscore, right? And this is user 1, user 2, user 3, and that's what it has printed already. And it is a standalone user, but it is not user, right? Because what dot says is matches any single character, right? So that is why it is giving me this way. Now the second is the caret symbol, right? So caret symbol defines, let's say if you have any file, right? Let's me cat this graph. Let's say you are looking for this login, right? Any file which is starting with the login, right? That's what we wanted to see. So what I will do, I will just say grep caret symbol shift C I can see on my keyboard. Maybe you can check on your keyboard, but this symbol which is it's a kind of con, right? The tip of the con, it is called caret symbol. So here you can see now it is giving me login, right? Why? Because I am particularly looking for a line which is starting with this keyword, right? But now we can see that this is also a login, right? But can you just see this is something that in capital, right? And this is in one like kind of title, right? Like only the first character in the capital. If you want to see filter out the in case sensitives, then we have additional flag called hyphen I, and indeed which will ignore whatever the you have given, right? Let me see if I just want to give this way also it will work, right? Let me see this way also it will work, right? So in respective of whatever that string you are giving, right, it will ignore that case sensitive, and whatever that, whether it's in capital or whether it's in small, it will highlight all. And due to the caret symbol, it is only giving me the line which is starting with this particular keyword, right? Now what is the next? Dollar is matches the end of the line, right? So let's say we have this where is cat? So let's say this dog, right? I just want to see the dog. So what I can do, I can just say, oh come on, it's dollar dog. No, no, this is not this way. Now you can see what I'm looking is I'm looking a line which is ending with this keyword. In this case, it is dog. Now you can see it has printed only the line which has it is, right? Similarly, the example which we have in our file, I can see this. So whatever the line is printing with the bash, but it is why it is not giving me anything. That's weird. Let's see what we have in FS tab. Okay, FS tab, it's not the good guy because in FS tab there is nothing with ending, right? My bad. I was looking for pass WD actually. So yeah, no, now you can see it has printed each and every line which is ending with bash, right? So this is something that very useful when you are troubleshooting, right? When you are looking for some kind of log file, message file, secure file, and you wanted to highlight only the thing which is starting with particular time, with starting with particular keyword, right, ending with some particular string. So that way it will very helpful, right? Apart from that, we have few other basic patterns. Now you can see this, we have seen that any single character, this is start of line, dollar is the end of the line. So zero or more previous character, what it will do is, let me show you. Let's say again we'll see, and I am looking for R star. So what it will do, it will print each and every, right, in case sensitive, any character after R, wherever it find any character after R, it will print, right? So that's what it is showing. Okay, so this is interesting. I'll show you. And this is OR condition, right? Let's say, mm, again, we'll go with that option with something called login, right? So let's say I will, I want to go with grep, not this one, grep hyphen e, and I want to looking for login or login or error, right? Now you can see. So what it is doing is, it is looking for one by one. First it will show whether do we have login? Yes, we have. Do we have this capital login? Yes. Do we have this error? Yes. So this is way that you can give the OR condition with the grep, right? So it is a basically a egrep condition when you are looking for, let's say, from the var log messages, you are looking for the warning, you are looking for the error, or maybe you're looking for some additional keyword with maybe failed, right? So that way that you can give, you don't need to cat and grep this three times. You can pass that all three keywords in the, let's say, var log messages, and I would say grep e. And if you want to do it case sensitive, then you can put this, and I would say error, fail, and warning. Right, so here you can see that I have failed as well, I have error as well, and there was one more, what is we are looking, warning, right? So maybe do we don't have any warning such here, but you can see that, right? So this way you can find out that okay, which one it is looking. Maybe if you are looking only for the let's say this timing, right? Let's say starting from this and ending somewhere is. So what you can do is, you can do a nested uh, grep, right? So I'm looking for this only. So now you can see it has taken the output from this, give the input to this, and only filtering this content, right? Whatever that. Now again, I am filtering those which line is starting with this keyword, right? This date and timestamp. So now you can see the magic of this, right? So that is why it is very powerful. Now I can simply see, okay, on that particular date and time, whether there was any error, whether was any failed, or was there any warning message, something like that. So you can quickly find out, well, you are doing some kind of troubleshooting or something. Now, yeah, so this error, hey, come here, I'll explain here as well. So here you can see what it is doing is $0 we have already seen, right? Ending with the zero, it will show. But can you see this line? LOG, right? So what we have seen, we have already seen, right? Wherever we find, right, log star, right? Let's say we have seen something called R, right? So what it is doing, it is printing the single R as well. Can you see? Why? This means this plus 0 or more G. G means whatever the additional R you have. You can see that R, you have double R as well, right? But it will not print this. Why? Because we are saying R. So what it means is, you can see in this example as well, I am looking for the LO keyword where I have given the G, right? So it will automatically pick the previous one error G, right? So LO will be there. There are keyword where we don't have, right? Maybe we'll see the log because we are using the same file. So here you can see LO will be there, right? With LO, might be we have 0G or more G. You can see that this is nothing, 0, right? This the last character, which is G in this case. We have multiple G as well, and we have single G as well. So that is the this log star means, right? Apart from that, there is one thing. If let's say log plus, now you can see it is not printing anything. Why? Because now it is saying, okay, give me this, right? One or more, but we don't have any such because it is just l- only looking for that particular. Similarly, if I do with this I think it is require additional keyword, but let's see. Plus will not work in this way. What we need to do is we need to give the hyphen E as well. Now you can see. And let me see the star as well. Now we can explain. See, this log plus symbol says we should have this, right? But we must have this. It will not gonna print the zero character, right? Like LOG. That means that it can print LO as well, right? Here you can see. But if we put LOG plus, then there must be LOG. After that, you can have multiple Gs, right? Here you can see. Here you can see only single, right? But with this case, it will happy with the LO as well, or it will happy with the multiple G as well, right? So that is the difference between this, right? And it will print work with the hyphen E as well. Now let's see similar case with the color as well. So here I have explained this as well. If you wanted to explain more like why it has printed error, why it has printed this, right? With this and with this, why it is not printed. So you can go through with this. But let's see this color example. Okay. Now grep hyphen IE and I will say COLOU. Then I put the question mark and then R and this. Now you can see why it has printed this, right? So it means that you can see that COLO, again question mark means whether it is included in this or not. But here you can see COLOU. It will not gonna print this, right? COLOU and then AR, that is also not gonna highlighted this question mark, right? It is not taking this. How come? What it is saying is COL, right? COL plus O, right? So these four characters will be considered every time plus 0 or 1 U plus R. Can you see? Maybe it is little complicated. Generally, we don't use this much this heavy string or something, but I wanted to show you like because we will do our bash scripting as well. So there probably we need, right, to filter out that same data. But here you can see what it is printing is it is saying, okay, this must be there, right? Then followed by O, okay, we are happy with this, right? But after that, you must have U and R. But in this case, you can see that we don't have UR, we have UAR. That is why it was never printed. But in this case, COL, then followed by U, and then at least U and R. If you have, let's say simply COLO, right? COLO, right? But with the U, it is fine. 0 or 1 U. In this case, we don't have any U, but still it got highlighted. That means that it is working this way. All right. Now this is the same thing we have already seen. Yeah, if you wanted to end with the 0, right? So you can do with this 0 hyphen 9 and whatever that it is, right? Wherever it is 0, like it's a kind of range you can give. Any number where which sits in this range 0 hyphen 9, it will highlight it, right? Let me show you. let's say 0 hyphen 5. I'm just only looking for this. So you can see that we don't have anything which is beyond 5, right? This 6 is there, but it is not highlighted, right? Like if I do this, so now you can see it has highlighted 6 as well. It is in red color, but here it is in white color. So this is the range you can define, which will filter out any number which is sitting between 0 and 5. Okay, so come on. We were doing grep, right? So yeah, apart from that, we have multiple different ways. So here you can see that if you wanted to match the exact word, let's say if I'll just show you this server, now you can see that it has printed server 1, server B, server 1, server as well, right? But I just wanted to one match only the exact server word, right? It will not print this server 1, server A, because it is not matching, right? So hyphen W will help you match the exact word, right? That will. Hyphen I, we can see that it is already ignored, right? Hyphen N is showing that, okay, where is that line number? You wanted to see, right? Let's say if you wanted to see with this, so you can just give, and it will print that line, in which line this particular string is there, right? It is in recursive order. If you have that multiple files, right? Then you can give this R. R is like maybe for subdirectories, that will be print. Show only file names. Yeah, that is also cool. Let's say if I just say grep hyphen L and I will say user star. So you can see that it is just showing me, giving me the file name wherever it is this particular. Because let's say if you have multiple files and you wanted to see, okay, a particular string in which file it is existing, then you can use a hyphen L flag, which will help you to find the file's name of that particular, right? If you wanted to do this count, right? So you can see that in file.4 it is a 6 time, in grep it is in 5 times, right? In these file it is not there. We can see already, right? It is only in these two file, and how many times it is there? You can see that the count of that particular string, right? So hyphen is only matching the matched part. You can give this, right? It is extended regex. We have already seen. This is also good, right? So let's say uh, I want to show you this sudos dot d. Okay, and there's nothing, so maybe let's see sudos dot. Yeah, this. Let's say I wanted to see this root file, right? This line which starting with the root, right? Let's see grep hyphen I, and you can give this, right? But I want to see what is just before that particular, right? Maybe it is not starting with the root, but I wanted to see. So you can define B1. So B1 is saying that before this particular string, right? Now you can see it is printing one. In this line, you can see that there is no root, but still it got printed. Why? Because we are saying one before the particular. If you wanted to see after, you can just say after it is nothing. But if you wanted to see both at the same time, you can give this C, right? Maybe you can give 2. So it will gonna print 2 lines, right? So you can see before this and after this. So C is just to contact so lines before and after, and this is the after context, means after particular string, and this is for, because this is helpful when you are looking for some script, right, or looking for some additional where and log and messages. So there it will help, very helpful to print the above line, print the below line, and all these stuff, right? So yeah, these are the few parameters, and this maybe we are not using each and every on daily basis, but just to let you know like what else we have. So mostly we use the dot just to find that particular keyword, the caret symbol starting of the line, dollar ending of the line, because this will help you that filter out the date and time, right? We have taken the example of that our messages file, right? So this way you can find. Or pattern will give you the in one go, right? You can put good give in the extended mode. This star also we can see that okay, it will gonna print only that particular, and it is in additional stuff. Apart from that, we have seen, yeah, in word match, right? Like what we are, let's say I'm gonna show you one more thing. Let's say this FS tab, right? So in FS tab, if I just wanted to print which is starting with this, right? So now, yeah, you can see that it is printing only the line, but I want this behavior in reverse order. Now you can see, right? I am just reversing the behavior of that particular flag. I am saying, okay, give me the line which is commented in this particular file. It is printed. But I wanted to see only maybe there are few configuration file which are long enough, right? But you just want to see, okay, what are all this? Let's say we have take a login.def, right? We'll discuss what is login.def, but here you can see that multiple lines are commented. I just want to see what all lines are applicable. All applicable means the line which are not commented, only those will be compiled. Those will be read, right, at the time of applicable, right? These are just the comment. It is just to let you know, okay, what exactly that particular line is doing. Right? So from this line, I want to print only the line which is not starting with has, right? So you can see that it has printed only the line which is not having, right? There is a way where you can just see, okay, because in this way, what is happening is it is giving you a multiple lines, but I want to ignore this. So what you can do, there is another way. You are starting with what? You are starting with this and ending with this. I hope it will work. Let's see. Yes. So now what we are doing is we are saying this way also you can reverse, right? But it will avoid that empty lines. Here you can see that with the previous command, we get only those line which is not starting with this hash symbol, right? But it has printed the empty line. If you want to get rid of, you can use this way. You're starting with this, right? But only the lines, not the empty lines, right? So this is very, very important to see like how you can do this, right? Because this will help you to find out that particular, mm, let's say I wanted to print this particular only this IP, right? How you can do it, right? So you can just grep inet. But again, it is giving me so much lines, right? You want to print only the IP, right? So we'll going forward, we'll see there is a utility called AWK, right? There is a utility called cut. There is a utility called trim, and apart from that, we have the sed, right, stream editor as well. So those are little bit advanced. So as of today, we are just at the beginning, so I'll not discuss about that. But yeah, definitely once we reach to that point, I will give you each and every possibility with the, like where we can use those, how we can do this stuff, right? So that way. If you wanted to see ETH0, you can see, right? So ETH0, or maybe what you can do, again, you can print with ETH0. Now, if you want to print, let's say, I'm just giving you example, right? You don't need to worry about like what we are doing as of today, but I'll just see if it will work. $2, right? You can see that I just from this much of big output, I just filter out only the IP, right? So there is a still way you can just get rid of this whatever that subnet, right? So for that, I'm saying field separator is this one, and then will give me the print of $1. I'll explain you, right? But it is just something that you can see how we can get rid of. There are multiple way. I'm not saying that this is a good way, but it was just a quick way so that I just put it. So you can see that AWK is also very good utility, and it will help you to get the exact string from that particular output. Where you can see what is the output of IPA and what is the output of this, which is giving me only this IP which I want. All right. So that is the grep. If you don't understand this last part, that is absolutely fine. That AWK, because we will gonna discuss going forward. Yeah, you can see that we have SED, we have AWK, right? Trim as well. So we will discuss that. Okay, so in next class we'll see that what is the find the location, because find is also very good thing to find that particular file, or maybe keyword, or maybe ownership, user, right? Anything you can find. Find is literally a find to find something in the Linux. All right, so just let me know in the comment box like what is your favorite grep flag, if you are already using it, right? Or if you are a beginner, then just let me know if you wanted to understand in more details, or if you was there any part which you didn't get right. So let me know. I will help you in again on that part. Okay, so I think we are done for today. We started with the thought, okay, today's class will be very small, but we discuss in, so that's absolutely fine. I'm happy that you guys are supporting me, and do let me know what else we can discuss with the grep. If nothing, then we'll discuss the next topic in our class. By that time, please subscribe and share this channel to each and every needy guy who wanted to learn the RHCSA from beginning to the guru level. All right, guys. So I will meet you in the next video. Thank you.